My very first guest, I suppose we could say guest of honour, because she had hit a landmark achievement last night, is Hayley Turner, and she's on the line right now. Hi, Hayley.
Hi there. Sean, how are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. How are you, more to the point? 500 winners. How does it feel?
Yeah. Guest of honour, I like it.
It is quite a benchmark, though, isn't it? Were you by the way, coming into yesterday, that you were on 499?
Yeah, I was. My nana keeps the diary, so she updates me regularly about things. So yeah, I was aware of it.
Isn't it? Yeah, because you quite often mentioned your family in our chats over the years, Hayley. I mean, does that give you enormous satisfaction as well, knowing that they are getting such pleasure from seeing you do well?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not from a racing background. My mum's a riding instructor, but they've got an interest. They'll watch my races. I'm going to Southall today and pick my nana and my mum up on the way there, so that'll be nice. So
a Hayley Turner 3-generation family day out at Southall, which would be nice. We'll talk about Southall in a minute. Let's talk about last night, because of course, you know, we should all have taken note. It was your only ride yesterday. You were bidding for your 500th win at Effistorm. However, it didn't always look like it was going to be plain sailing, in fairness, in the race.
No, I think they went slow for a furlong and then they went quick, and he's a horse you just have to sit on and let him do his own thing. And then there was a wall of horses, and I think Richard Hughes was upside me doing the same thing, was just sat there with a double handful, and luckily I got the gap and he didn't, so it worked out well.
It worked out very well, the gap coming just in the nick of time for you to come through, and Effistorm is going to get there. And as I say, it didn't look entirely likely that you were going to get there for much of the race. Were you confident, Hayley? It's always interesting to get the view of you as a rider. Were you confident that if the gap came, you would go past the wall?
Yeah. You can. I know the horse really well, and I know what I'm sat on. And he was, you know, if the gap came, I thought if the gap came, Richard was sat with a double handful as well. So thought rather than try and switch out, he the gap, and I would have had to follow him. So, but he's horse. That was his 101 runs he's had now, and he's in cracking form. He's a bit of an OA, but he's obviously still thriving off his racing.
It's funny, it's interesting, isn't it? Because we assume that you professional jockeys, you go out into the parade ring, you get the leg up, and one horse is much like another. Do you actually develop some kind of bond or sort of affinity with certain types of horses or certain actual horses?
Yeah, it's like Effistorm I've rode for a few years now, and I know it, and I've sat on him to do a few bits of work at home. I think we don't get massively attached, I think, because, you know, we don't sort of bond with them at home, you know, when you've got the guys that do all the hard work, brushing and mucking them out and feeding them, and I think that they have a closer bond with them than us jockeys do. I mean, they put in an awful lot of for us, and we just sort of jump on and off them in, you know, a matter of minutes. So,
in terms of, you know, obviously the mental preparation that goes, it was a big ride yesterday, 500th winners. How did you prepare for the ride yesterday? Presumably you were in a dark room focusing. You weren't, for example, sunbathing on the roof of the weighing room, were you?
Oh, busted. Yeah, that was a brilliant spot. No, I think the big days, important to just keep chilled out. So that's what I did. I got my towel out and just chilled on the roof.
Top sunbathing venues in the UK in terms of race courses. Which others offer good opportunities? I'm not asking on behalf of myself, more for my colleague Matt, who's very keen on these things.
They've all got secret spots, but I can't divulge. I'm afraid.
You do need to be careful, Hayley. There's an awful lot of cameras on race courses, so just be careful. That would be my advice. In terms of the 500, it's been a good season anyway, isn't it? 500 winners, but the Group 1 success, which is the bigger benchmark?
Oh, my Group 1. I think that was I was over the moon about that. I just feel now as a bonus. I've had such a fantastic season, and I feel like I've achieved an awful lot this year. I feel like I can relax now and you know, just enjoy it, and it's a bonus. And obviously, like, a huge thank you to my agent, who's been with me for many years, and he does such a fantastic job for me, because at the end of the day, you need to have the horses. The ride, the easy part is getting on them. That's quite tough. So
yeah, getting on the right ones is very much what it's all about. Now, obviously, Carlisle was a big success by the sound of it yesterday. We know that you were there because you were riding Effistorm. You have had some stick in some quarters. I've noticed about not attending Carlisle. Have you noticed that? Have you picked up on that at all?
Not massively. I think there was a really good bunch of girls up there, and it was a very successful evening apparently. And unfortunately, I couldn't be there, but I had to be quite loyal to the trainers that have supported me. For instance, I must have had sort of 15 odd winners for Connor this year, and obviously I know the horse, and it was frustrating that I couldn't go. At the same time, it was best anyway. You know, the sounded like they had a huge crowd, didn't they? When he was there.
There's a massive turnout. I've seen the pictures. I haven't got the numbers. I've seen the pictures, and it looks like it was indeed a huge success. And lots of money was raised for charity, and lots of people had a lot of fun, which is a good thing too. Rides today, Hayley, at Southall. I mean, we know it's your local track. You grew up down the road, and your family will all be there. But on the face of it, it doesn't look likely to be a red letter day. What do you think? What chances have you got?
I'm just having a quick look through. There's nothing I'd be overconfident about, if I'm honest. I think maybe my best ride would be for Olivia Malem in the last race. There's a few that haven't acted on the track before, or haven't run for a while. But you never know. I might be pleasantly surprised.
Well, when the confidence is high, who knows what can happen? And I imagine your confidence is high at the moment with 500 winners under your belt. Congratulations, Ed. Quickly, just a final thought, because 500 is a benchmark, but as you say, the Group 1 is a real sort of step on the ladder, real benchmark, and it takes pressure off, I suppose, effectively. However, are you a sort of goals-oriented person? Will you now be saying, I need to ride 1,000 winners, or I need to have X number of group race victories? Do you set yourself targets like that for the future?
Do you know what? I don't think I will, because I think I can't change anything that I'm doing now. I mean, plenty of rides, and I feel like I'm riding them to the best of my ability, and I'm working and riding out, doing everything I can to be successful. So I don't like to set targets. I think what will be will be. So I'm looking forward to this weekend's Shergar Cup. That's always a day.
You've been a big supporter of that initiative, haven't you? I've become a convert. It took me a long time to warm to it, I must say, because I wasn't a huge fan of the concept. You've always been quite into it, though.
Yeah, I don't know why. Some people do. Like, why wouldn't you be in the first place?
Well, my thing about it, Hayley, is that racing essentially is not a team sport; it's an individual sport. And I just found the whole concept a bit odd, But as I say, I've warmed to it because actually it's a successful day. It's an enjoyable day. It's different to some of the other things we do, and I've come to appreciate it for what it is. I guess I suppose I was being a bit of an old stick in the mud, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's for racing. That meeting last night with the girl jockeys, it just the audience, and I think we've had Glorious Goodwood, and we've got the Yorkie Boar meeting, and it's not high class horses, but it's just a bit of fun and good prize money. And I think that they've actually set it up a lot better than it used to be, where now they've got 4 teams rather than 2 teams, and I think it works a lot better. And fun day, it's really fun. Yeah,
and fun. I imagine to meet other people and compete against people from other parts of the world and all that kind of thing. It's something that you see when we have meetings that have a particular international flavour. Everyone seems to get something out of that. Yeah,
definitely. I enjoy it. It's something out of our daily routine, and it's always a good fun. I think we've got a good team. We've got Paul Hannigan's our captain, and Jim Crowley. So we've never actually been on the winning team, so that would be nice.
Good enough to beat the Irish? You're going to beat them this year?
Yeah, hopefully.
That's the spirit. Look, keep up the good work, Hayley. Hope things continue to go well for you. Good luck with the tan as well. Enjoy the rest of the season.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
Hayley Turner.